everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. This week, obviously, I went to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. And a lot of reviews of this movie have begun by slagging off the 1993 live-action Super Mario Brothers movie, which I will not be doing, because when I saw that a couple years ago, I actually enjoyed it. It's not a good adaptation, but it's a good movie. It's weird. It's aggressively weird, and that's why I enjoyed it. It's just like taking the video game characters and turning them into live action. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it made for one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. But it's not a bad movie, it's just a bad adaptation. Whereas this one is a CGI cartoon, so it looks like a cutscene from the game. So there you go. But I was very nervous going into this because the trailers did not show a lot of Chris Pratt's voice work. So I was a little nervous going into this because Chris Pratt, he doesn't have a lot of range, to put it politely. So I was not sure what we were going to get. But he does kind of do like a vaguely Brooklyn accent, so it doesn't necessarily sound like Chris Pratt, because he basically plays Chris Pratt in every movie. So here he kind of did a voice, which I appreciated. Because that's my problem with celebrity voice actors, is that they just sound like themselves, which is kind of distracting sometimes. I don't really know why animated films need to have celebrity voices, because I guess it's just to have celebrities at the premiere, because I can tell you right now that the little kids in the audience did not care that it was Chris Pratt voicing Mario or Joe Schmo. Like, they did not care. So he did not ruin it, thank goodness. And the whole thing just, it gets off to a little bit of a rough start because it is an origin story to show how Mario got to the Mushroom Kingdom and became the hero Mario. Because I guess that's just the easiest plot to offer up. And unfortunately, while it is called the Super Mario Brothers, poor Luigi gets utterly shafted in this movie. Because Princess Peach is all like tough heroine type, so she's not the damsel in distress. Luigi is the damsel in distress and is barely in the movie. When he got sent to this like scary forest, I thought, oh, he'll find a haunted mansion, meet a professor, and get a vacuum cleaner gun, yeah. But no, that does not happen. He's the damsel in distress for the whole movie, and it's kind of sad. Poor Luigi, I mean. Mario comes out on top because it's his movie, basically. But it does kind of win you over as it goes on. There's just so many like Nintendo Easter eggs, and it's so charming and delightful that like by the end you're just like, yay, that was fun. And the visuals are great. The 3D is fantastic. They really knew that this was going to get converted to 3D, and they used it. It's one of the best 3D movies I've seen in a while. And so I recommend seeing it in theaters. Don't wait for streaming. And see it in 3D, because the 3D is phenomenal. So there you go. And check out the 1993 live action if you haven't already, because it is very cool and weird and wonderful. As for games, I have been playing a lot of Fallout 4, of course, still. And I don't think I'm near the end of the game exactly, but like I did all the Brotherhood, I've been avoiding the Brotherhood because I just don't like them. I'm running out of side quests, basically, because I'm not doing the Brotherhood, and I've done all the random things, and I've done the Minutemen, and they just keep popping up, and it's really annoying. Like, go save this settlement, go save that settlement. I'm like, okay, stop. I have other things I gotta do. Let the other Minutemen help. And I've been doing the railroad quests, but then I finished it and I got this really cool bonus. I got this weave that like you can put in your armor, but I can't because I don't have the ability to do that. And I was Googling, and it turns out that Tinker Tom is supposed to teach you how to do this and give you the ability to put weaves in your armor, except he never did. And in talking to him to try to get him to tell me this, it started a new quest line where I've got to put these machines up on top of buildings. So I'm basically doing this random side quest for him now, where I'm basically going to a location, working my way to the top of a building, and putting a machine so that he can monitor like signals and cameras and whatever. I don't know. He's crazy. So I'm doing that in the hopes that I can get this weed, because I would like to see if I can get this bonus before I go into, it's not the end game, I'm sure, but I have reached the point where you build your teleporter to get to the Institute. And I'm sure that, like, you don't teleport into the Institute and then that's, like, the end game, the final battle and all. I'm sure that's not it. I'm sure there's quite a bit more to go. But before I go, I would like to wrap up some of these random side quests and things. But at the same time, I have also been playing Ace Attorney. I've been kind of alternating a little bit. And I unfortunately don't think I'm going to finish this before I go to hang out with my friend, and I won't be able to lend it to him yet. We'll have to hang out again, and I'll lend it to him then. Because I really don't think I can finish it that quickly, because this month is just kind of flying by. But it's basically, I've been alternating. If I'm in the mood to shoot things, I play Fallout. If I'm in the mood to just relax and enjoy a story, I play Ace Attorney. But I do need to finish some games, because the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC is just about out, and I do want to play that. Plus, I just bought a new game. Well, new to me. It's not a new game. It's quite an old game, actually. And it's not Sable, which I talked about last episode. I got an email from Nintendo that was like, check out our partner sale. So I don't know why, but I clicked it and I said, what do you got? And what's on sale? And how cheap are the prices? And looking through, it's like a lot of stuff I don't care about. But then I saw that they had Knights of the Old Republic on sale. And I was like, oh. I mean, it's not a huge sale. Like, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are like $15. They're marked down to like 10. And the bundle that's 30 is now 20. And I was tempted to get the bundle because I've never played the second one. So I was like, oh, let me play the second one. And I was tempted to get the bundle so I could play through the first one. But then I was like, no, because that's what happened with Shenmue, where I was like, I wanted to play 2, but I had to play 1 again because I needed to remember the story because it was so long ago I couldn't remember any of it. But here, the games are totally separate, so I'm like, it's fine. It's not a continuation, really, so I don't need to play the first one. So I can save $10 and a bunch of time by not playing that. And I'll just play the second one. Of course, the other reason I didn't want to play the first one is because I know that there's a remake that's coming out, supposedly. So I'd rather not play the original, and then the remake comes out, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to play the remake because I literally just played this game, and to play it again, just prettier, I don't know. So I'm like, let me just not play the first one. I'll just play the second one. Of course, there's also that game. I don't know if that's happening because Aspyr, who did these ports and is doing the remake, this remake has been delayed multiple times. There's been no news. And they're even supposed to have they were supposed to do the restored content DLC for Knights of the Old Republic 2, which was basically like, they rushed that game out so fast that they ended up cutting a bunch of content to make their deadline. And like modders found the content in the code and like restored it, for PC, obviously. So they're supposed to be doing this as like a free DLC download, but that's also been delayed and nobody's knowing what's going on with that. Apparently Aspyr is having all kinds of problems, so who knows if these will ever come out. But as much as I would like to play the restored content DLC, I'm just going to play the regular game. It's fine. I mean, I'm not going to play it for a while, but I wanted to get it while it was on sale because it was only $10, and I'm just like, whatever, it's fine. And then I'll just sit on it for a couple of months, and then I'll play it. And maybe by the time I get around to playing it, this restored content DLC will come, and then I can enjoy the full game. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Until then, bye!